Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video and would like to receive notifications of my future video postings, please subscribe. Recently, I did something interesting in the walk because I baked a birthday cake in the walk. A couple of days before my birthday, my son said to me, "Oh, Dad, I would bake you a cake." And then on the day of my birthday, he texted me. He said that he was not feeling very well, so he would not be able to bake a cake. And he said, maybe you can ask Mom to buy a cake for you. I told him that it is quite all right. I don't need a birthday cake anyway. However, my wife said, well, maybe I will go buy you one. Then an idea came to me because ever since I started my YouTube channel, one of my friends, I will call him Edmund for the purpose of this video, he has challenged me that he want to see whether I could bake a cake in the wok. Well, I know I have never heard anybody bake cakes in the wok, but I thought it was an interesting challenge, and this would be a good opportunity for me to test out this concept. I told my wife about this idea, and as usual, she thought I was pretty crazy. But then she said to me, I think it would be interesting for you to give it a try. And she said, go into the pantry. I have a box of cake mix, and there are some icing there. And if you just use that, it might not take you that much time at all. So I went into the kitchen and I found a box of chocolate cake mix, and then I find some cream cheese icing. On top of that, I find some shaved almond and some sprinkles. So I think I'm all set to go try to bake my cake in the wok. Normally, probably I would like to start from scratch with flours, sugar, and so on. But for today's purpose, I think it would be easier for me to just get going with the cake mix. So I get the necessary ingredients. I found some oil and a few eggs, and I then have the cake mix all ready to go. I didn't taste the cake mix. I decided I want to have a stronger vanilla flavor, so I found some baking vanilla. And then I know my wife loves chocolate, so I think I'm going to add some chocolate syrup to it as well. My wife was sitting there and she was looking at what I was doing, and she said, well, I guess you want to apply your fast cooking system in cake baking as well. I guess this is your form of flavor chasing with a chocolate cake. I thought to myself, yes, she is right. I guess I just cannot stop in tempering things. So I'm going to decide to bake my cake in my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. This wok is perfect for this purpose because it has a stainless steel handles, so it could go into the oven without any problem. To prevent the cake to stick to the bottom of the wok, I spray the wok with Pam, and then I sprinkle it with flowers. This will allow me to get the cake out of the wok when it is done to put it on a serving plate. I then pour the cake batter into the wok. It filled the wok to about probably 1/3 of the level of the wok. So clearly, I could bake even a bigger cake if I wanted to. Before I started with the cake batter, I have set the temperature of the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And by this time, the oven is pretty much heated up, and I'm ready to put the wok into the oven. Before that, I have pre-arranged the shelves inside the oven so I could put the wok in the middle shelf. Since it's the first time I'm baking a cake in the wok, so I was a little bit anxious, and I check on it from time to time, but everything seems to be doing fine. So by about 40 minutes after I placed the cake into the oven, I test the outcome of the cake by using a long toothpick, and it looks that it's almost done. So I let it bake for another 5 minutes. I let the cake to cool in the wok for about 10 to 15 minutes until I could handle it. And I was able to easily remove the cake from the wok, and then I put it on a serving plate. Because the cake come out from the wok, it has this unusual dome shape, which I've never seen a cake like this before. I have one of those serving pedestal for cakes and pies. Unfortunately, this cake fits perfectly on top of it. As you can see, there are some cracks in the cake. Part of it is due to when I removed from the wok, I was not careful enough. I'm not worried too much about it because I'm going to cover it with my cream cheese frosting. The shape of this cake actually make it very easy to apply the cream cheese frosting. I start out from the edge and then move toward the center, and I actually can cover it pretty well. In fact, I still have a little bit left in the container when I was done. I was not a good cake maker. I probably could have done a little bit better with my application of the cream cheese frosting. I know that both my son and my wife love almond, so I find some shaved almonds, and I'm going to cover the cake with shaved almonds. I probably could stop right at this point. However, I find some sprinkle in the pantry as well. I said, well, I might as well make it look nice and pretty. Okay, now the cake is done. It certainly is an unusual birthday cake, but I could say that I did it. I bake a cake in the wok. So finally, this is after dinner. We have the cake on the table, and I decided I will blow out the candle. I really enjoyed the cake, and I must admit, this is probably the best cake I have ever had. Well, of course, this is what is known as the Ikea effect, because I made the cake. And of course, in addition to that, I also use my favorite Icing because I make the flavor to match exactly what I want it to be. I really think that's the beauty of home cooking because of your ability to make adjustments and modifications. And now I have a template. So I have a cake template that I can modify and tailor it to what I like and what other people I'm going to make the cake for. It was a lot of fun to make this birthday cake in the wok. I'm not sure that this is what I would do all the time, but it certainly is very easy because it takes only about 10 to 15 minutes for me to put everything together. And certainly I was also able to make the cake exactly the way how I want it, with extra chocolate syrup and vanilla, and then I decorate it with almond and sprinkles. I think this is a good example for me to demonstrate the multifunctionality of the wok, as well as the versatility of a wok that with handles that can withstand the heat in the oven. And for this reason, the Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok certainly has lived up to its multifunctional capacity. And of course, you can do this with any woks that with a handle that can withstand the temperature of the oven. That's another reason I always recommend people to get a wok with a stainless steel handle, just in a situation like this, that you would like to use the wok in the oven for baking purpose. And then also quite often I will use the wok for the purpose of broiling, particularly to brown some ingredients at the end of stir fry. When I'm thinking about baking cakes in the wok, other than using the Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok, it also made me think about using cast iron wok because they also have handles which can withstand the temperature of the oven, and they probably will be perfect for baking because of their heat holding capacity. Recently, I have also baked bread in the wok, and they work out very well. Again, I want to emphasize that the wok can do so many different things. In fact, if you have only one cooking utensil, and getting a wok with a handle that can go into the oven probably is the best approach to take. Because in this case, as you can see, you also able to use the wok for baking. I would like to do a shout out to my friend Edmund. He's the one who challenged me to bake a cake in the wok. But in addition to that, he has been most supportive since the beginning of my YouTube channel. He kept encouraging me and told me that how important that I need to pass this information to the audience. Even though my early videos were so terrible, I could hardly stand them myself. So thank you, Edmund, for your continuing support and encouragement. So also now you know what you're going to get for your next birthday cake. You're going to get a cake in the wok. Okay, now I have done it once. I know what to do next. So next time I'm going to make a cake exactly how you would like it. So you can place your order now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like icon below because this will help me to expand my audience base. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to receive notifications of my future video postings. See you next time.